Hello and welcome everyone. This is another match from the 4th Samurai Summer Championship. Once again, this is a match featuring VeniVidiVici playing against Antagonista, who's in the white banners from round 2. This is also a best of 5 match, and I believe this map Lowlands was picked by Antagonista. Dojo-wise, we do have a shrine on the hilltop. We do have a sword dojo on VeniVidiVici's side, and an archery dojo on Antagonista's side. So for the general, we have a mix between leadership and gun. We have a revolver calf, saber calf, rank 3 combination in the center. 2 Yariki, rank 1 on the left. And 2 more Yariki, rank 1 on the right. Infantry-wise, we see going for the shrine a red bear, a vermilion bird with aura, and a black tortoise. This is, I think, a very good combination. In the center, there's a red bear, rank 1, with suppression fire, and a black tortoise. Going for this little forest patch next to the river. And on the right side, we see a Royal Marines, and a black tortoise and another red bear with suppression fire. So far, good positioning, having red bears on each flanks, a marine in the center. This is pretty solid from Antagonista. And for VeniVidiVici, we have, let's go over the general first, also a mix between leadership and gun. Then there's 2 Yariki, rank 2. 1 Shogun and Guard Calf, rank 1. Very interesting unit. I like it. I like these a lot, but usually I play them on level 2 at least. Then there's a Revolver Calf. And facing off these 3 lines from Antagonista are 3 Red Bear and 2 Spear Levy. In the center we have 2 White Bears going for the forest. Facing up this 1 Red Bear, this should be quite decent for VeniVidiVici, even though Antagonista gets the first volley. And on the left side we see a Red Bear and a White Bear. So interesting that he chooses to put the White Bear on the outer flank on the left instead of the Red Bear, who are more resilient in melee. But positioning wise, so far VeniVidiVici has got the shrine, which is very important. But it should be noted that there are no increased range units here for VeniVidiVici. So he has to play a lot with the terrain in order to avoid this Royal Marine. And here, this is, I mean, just watching this, you can feel impending doom. This White Bear is in a very awkward position, but there's some more calf that's been hidden. A Revolver Calf and a Yariki rank 2. So yeah, 2 Revolver Calf for VeniVidiVici against 1 from Antagonista. But this is super high risk what VeniVidiVici is doing here. Antagonista can just slowly creep forward with this infantry and maybe even focus fire this Revolver Calf. We have Saber Calf against Yariki engagement. This is not going too well for Antagonista. And he has to be careful to not get caught with his general here. Revolver Calf against Revolver Calf. VeniVidiVici's Revolver Calf getting stuck in the line without firing. This is very costly. Down to 24 men, only 4 kills. And now Antagonista got the first volley with his Red Bear on the White Bear. I think he could even go into melee here. He could get a nice downhole charge with better melee stats. But yeah, this is so far Antagonista's Revolver Calf being microed much better than VeniVidiVici's, who are again not really firing. The general from VeniVidiVici coming to give some rally support for the White Bear, but he has to be careful to not get his general caught by revolver calf. Really has to retreat then behind this Red Bear now. But yeah, this flank is completely collapsing from VeniVidiVici. It wasn't a super strong flank, it was one White Bear and two calf units. But still, it's not something you want to give away that easily. Sword Dojo also in control of VeniVidiVici, so he has at least the important dojos, I would say, here. Although the archery dojo is not to be underestimated in For the Samurai. First time we see the Marines into action, some pop shots, not the best angle, but still something to bear in mind that there's still a Marine on the field. VeniVidiVici managed to do a somewhat orderly retreat. His general is still healthy with 25 men. And this could be a very favorable engagement for VeniVidiVici if he gets the first volley here. Red Bear against Black Tortoise. The only worrying thing is this are these flanking shots from the Royal Marines. At the same time, on the right, next to the shrine, we see some classic shootout between the line infantry. However, Antagonista is the only one who has some calf support here on the flank. Needs to be careful not to stick around too long in these spear levies, but this is overall going pretty well. VeniVidiVici has to make a retreat here, and the power bar is showing a huge advantage for Antagonista. Now this revolver calf from VeniVidiVici getting some really nice shots. Now with support from the Yariki, he may be able to get this revolver calf out and save it for later. But this is not an optimal way of using the cavalry from Antagonista. He had like four very depleted calf units left here, and I think he went in frontally against revolver calf with Yari calf support. Not ideal. And this Yariki is just AFK watching the whole fight. And suddenly the tide of the battle is turning around on this flank. Now Antagonista has to be careful to get his general back. Luckily, this Shogunate Guard infantry, Shogunate Guard cavalry, isn't the fastest unit, so he might be able to get away. But these Marines are getting caught by spear levy, getting fired upon by Whitebeard from the forest, who are very nicely positioned. So this Royal Marines are not going to be cost efficient in the end. 90 kills only, which is not a lot for Marines. And Antagonista's general is super slow here, but he finally manages to get out. Maybe these Black Torches are going to be able to shoot the Shogunate Guard calf, but there's no attack order. So they're going to do lots of damage against this Black Torches, but I don't think they're going to survive the engagement. So now things have evened out quite a bit. However, the shrine is now in position of Antagonista. Very important detail. The archery dojo is controlled by nobody, and the sword dojo is still in control of VeniVidiVici. But Antagonista's general is getting dangerously low in numbers. This could be a real problem. The Shogunate Guard calf is finally routed, which means there's no more cavalry on the field aside from these two general units. Spear levy getting into the Black Torches. The Black Torches should survive this, I think. And these Red Bears might be able to get a shot at this general. Now we got an attack order, let's see. 3 kills. Not terrible. Here from the hilltop we see a Vermilion Birch Force against the Red Bear. Numbers advantage for the Red Bear, but the Vermilion Birch Force are positioned on a hill, which should boost their stats a little bit. And we see an almost full strength Red Bear positioning to flank this Red Bear as well. However, this positioning takes a lot of time. I think Antagonista needs to work a bit with attack orders. Yeah, this Red Bear should not survive for long. But I think Antagonista's general has routed. Don't really see where it happened, but maybe it was from stray bullets. Now we see 90-man White Bear against 50-man Black Tortoise. This should be... Oh, there's a wrong attack order from Antagonista, so this Black Tortoise is going to die. Especially with the Sword Dojo in control of VeniVidiVici. And now this is getting very close. This Vermilion Birch Force usually very strong in melee, but White Bear with the Sword Dojo can do lots of damage here. Now the Vermilion Birch Force has routed, and this was the only aura unit left, which is a big problem now with the dead general. Instant shattering from this Red Bear. So the general of VeniVidiVici doing lots of work even in melee now. We have 40-man White Bear against 95-man Red Bear. But with the Sword Dojo, the White Bears have better melee stats even. But the big problem for Antagonista is going to be the morale. And this general unit can be really painful now, given how mobile it is. So he can VeniVidiVici can always go 2 versus 1 here. Nice suppression fire, good attempt to rout off this White Bear, which is already on 180 kills, so probably out of ammunition, going into the melee charge, and the Black Torches are immediately shattered as well. And now it's an 80-man Red Bear against the 60-man White Bear and the general. The shrine has been decapped, so this is not looking good for Antagonista now. I just don't think he has the morale to rout off both of these units. Yeah, joint charge with the general, which has decent attack stats, and it's just too much for the Red Bear. So very impressive comeback from VeniVidiVici. I think you all saw the power bar being like 80% in favor of Antagonista, and it was looking really good for him for a while, winning both flanks. But then when he had the advantage, especially with the cavalry, he didn't really make the most of it. Running into Revolver Calf, taking head-on fights with Shogun Guard Calf. That's the sort of stuff that allowed VeniVidiVici to come back. Coupled with lots of very smart melee chargers, he really made the most out of the Sword Dojo, which was nice to see. So White Bears with the Sword Dojo being an absolute menace. Insane amount of kills. The general as well in the late game. Shogun and Guard Calf, nice to see doing well. Just because it doesn't get played a lot. One of the Revolver Calf being terribly mismicroed in the beginning. But I think the other one did okay, given that I think... Well, it wasn't... 46 kills is still not great, but at least I think all of these were cavalry kills. And the stats for Antagonista are not terrible either. It really shows how close the game was in the end. In the beginning, he wasted his Saber Calf in a 1v1 against Yariki, which was unnecessary. But otherwise, it was a good game from both players, I would say. Very nice to watch, interesting comeback. And this makes it 1-0 to VeniVidiVici. And yeah, I just hop in straight into game 2. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. And we're back with game 2 on Kurobe Gorge. A map picked, I think, by VeniVidiVici. We have on this little island hilltop 2 dojos, a workshop, and a shrine. And on the right side, a sword dojo, so all very important dojos, I would say. Unchanged general for Antagonista. Then he has a black tortoise on the left with suppression fire, supported with the aura of a Vermilion bird force. Then there's another black tortoise with suppression fire, a red bear with suppression fire, a United States Marines rank 8, very interesting, a black tortoise, vanilla, and a red bear and a black tortoise on the right. So interesting that he likes to invest a lot in suppression fire. For VeniVidiVici, oh, I forgot the calf. So he also has 2 Yariki rank 1 on the left. In the center he has a Revolver calf and a Saber calf, so same combination as in the last game. And on the right side he has 2 more Yariki rank 1. So I think this is pretty much an unchanged calf setup from the Lowlands match. And VeniVidiVici does have a right flank with the red bear and the white bear. In the center he has a white tiger force, very interesting, very rare to see. Next to another red bear, and another red bear. On the left flank he has a US Marine rank 5, another red bear and a white bear. Calf-wise, a spear levy as well. Calf-wise there's a Yariki rank 3, a Saber calf rank 1, 2 more Yariki rank 2 and rank 3 with a Saber calf rank 1, and a Yariki rank 2. His general also unchanged. So far I don't see any Revolver calf, maybe it's hidden. But it would be surprising if he placed with none at all. So either way, let's go back to normal speed. VeniVidiVici using the Spear Levy to go for the Sword Dojo, which is probably a good decision. This is very dangerous for Antagonista to try to decap it, because with calf support, these Spear Levy are a huge threat to like low-level infantry like Black Tortoise. At the same time, this infantry got some, already lost 30 men from this white bear. So far, VeniVidiVici is making a more dominant claim on the dojos. Only the center shrine is being negated by Antagonista's red bear. But this is a very static map, Kurobe Gorge. So usually you see players camping the hill or doing the complete opposite and going for a full rush. I think you can play both extremes here, but playing with mixed builds I think is very difficult here. Just from my own experience. But it will be interesting to see how he uses this White Tiger Force. Usually players played like a meat shield. Sometimes you even forget that it's only a White Tiger Force, so you pay too much respect to it when it really isn't that much of a threat. Interestingly, this red bear from a very weird angle got like 5 kills already. So yeah, the center left of the unit has very little line of sight. And Antagonista, I don't think, can return fire here, so he has to reposition. Yeah, the 2 melee dojos now in control of VeniVidiVici, which could be huge for the calf fight, which might begin here. We have a 2 versus 1 line infantry. So this Black Tortoise is in deep trouble. However, nice blocking maneuver from Antagonista's Yariki. This VeniVidici's Yariki routing at 40 men. But Antagonista cannot chase it, so it will probably come back at some point. Black Tortoise completely destroyed here, only 26 kills. And I'm not sure if this Black Tortoise can actually return fire here. So far this is looking very good for VeniVidiVici, who is really using his number advantage with the cheap infantry. Yeah, this Vermilion Bird Force also in a somewhat weird and awkward angle. 1000 Coco units losing to this Red Bear. Things are not going ideal right now for Antagonista. And he has so much cav in the back line, but he can't really use it because he would just run straight into line infantry fire. So it's a bit awkward here, with so much cav not being able to do much. Just waiting for the right moment. Luckily for him, the Vermilion Bird Force survives, so it can still be used as an aura unit. Now this Black Tortoise is finally engaged in a very good forest spot. So even though it's 1 versus 2, I think they will do fine here. But still, this 130-man Red Bear really prevents Antagonista to become more proactive with his cav. And on the other flank, there's still a standstill. No one's interested in pushing too much. Both Marines inactive so far. It looks like VeniVidiVici wants to change that. Gets closer to the shrine to maybe... I don't think he can shoot the Red Bear, but maybe he can get some shots at the US Marines who are positioned in a weird angle. Oh, but they're still hidden. Okay, so he hasn't seen them. He probably has seen them before moving into this forest, but currently they're not visible. Antagonista moving his cav down this ridge line, going 2 versus 1 against VeniVidiVici's Yariki. But this Yariki has the support from 2 melee dojos, so it's going to be quite resilient. This Red Bear turned around, very nicely done from VeniVidiVici. I don't think this is going to be cost efficient for Antagonista. But with this Red Bear turning around, there's finally an opening to use all this idle cav that he had standing around. This rover cav doing lots of damage. Red Bear already routed. And now this is looking quite dangerous for VeniVidiVici because he just doesn't have the infantry cover anymore. Revolver cav going through the gap, shooting the shattered Red Bear. But now he changed targets, running after this general, and this general I don't think is going to get away. He's just too slow, and the revolver cav are shooting too fast. Yeah. The general has died. Very nice move from this revolver cav. And now he's getting into the back of this Red Bear spell, probably going to rout this unit if he has the ammunition. I think now he's out of ammo. So he might go into melee here. Very nice comeback on this flank. And with him denying VeniVidiVici the shrine, there's really going to be a morale problem down the line. This US Marine from Antagonista no longer hidden. I think it fired at the spear levy, and now it's getting return fire from the US Marines of VeniVidiVici. This is going to be very hurtful, so he's going to have to retreat them and get them out of the line of sight of the US Marines. You have Red Bear winning against Black Tortoise, and this is quite an even fight on the flank. Forest advantage for Antagonista, but better shooting angle for VeniVidiVici. And yeah, there's no more calf for VeniVidiVici, meaning that even a revolver calf that's out of ammo can be quite a threat. Charging in, pulling out again, very nicely microed. So Antagonista just has to kill this Red Bear, and then he has a good chance of capping this shrine. However, both his units on the right are wavering, so he has to make a run for it. This Black Tortoise, I think, has a good chance of coming back, but he needs to get this Red Bear into safety, maybe into this forest patch here. Finally, Antagonista's US Marines are returning fire, or have been at least. Now they're having the shuffle bug. Yeah, this is very unfortunate. They're just shuffling, and now he has to run back again. But good flanking fire. Black Tortoise against US Marines. And yeah, the Black Tortoise came back. So now he has a nice 2 versus 1 chance here. I mean, I like what VeniVidiVici is doing here. This Red Bear is basically defenseless and alone, so he got it into the forest where it can hold out for a bit longer. And now he also turned them around with some nice focus fire on its general, trying to go for a lucky punch, which is the best he could do with that isolated unit. Power bar is still quite even, almost 50-50, or pretty much 50-50. But the problem is Antagonista has this general unit that he can just run around with and support the line infantry. And now VeniVidiVici has to commit at least one unit to go for the shrine and deny it to Antagonista. And this US Marine is in a very awkward spot now. Yeah, and Antagonista can just pick his fights now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines against 3, as well with his general unit. So it doesn't really matter that this US Marine is much stronger than Antagonista's US Marine, because it's always going to be at least in a 1 versus 2. This Red Bear is getting obliterated with very little in return. I think VeniVidiVici is trying to snipe this general bodyguard. Yeah, this is pretty much over now. Can't really get this US Marine into a proper position anymore. Yeah, interesting game. I think it looked very good for Antagonista in the beginning. So it was basically the reverse of the first game, where Antagonista had the game in his hands and then gave it away. But I really want to check if VeniVidiVici really had no revolver calf, or if I just didn't see it. Yeah, no revolver calf at all. Very interesting. I think given that it's such a choke point map, you sort of have to bring it. You can also bring an Imperial Guard calf here. It's also a good unit on Kurobe Gorge. But it's a bit weird that he had no gun calf at all, to be honest. Although this White Tiger Force was used quite well, I think, in going for 2 versus 1 situations, coupled with the White Bear. Yeah, this revolver calf is the MVP of the game, killing the general and then going for 240 kills, lots of them in melee as well. Game-winning unit, basically. So yeah, this makes the score tied at 1-1, which means there will be at least 2 more games. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next game. Hello and welcome back to Game 3. We are on Saga River this time with a workshop, a sword dojo, and an archery dojo. And let's see if we see the same calf setup again from... Yeah, same calf setup from Antagonista as in the first 2 games. Then infantry-wise, as a red bear with a million bird force and a black tortoise on left. Again, I like this combination very much. In the center, he has a red bear and a black tortoise. And on the right side, a royal marine with a black tortoise and a red bear. So overall, very good line combination, I think, with good aura, supporting units, red bears on the flanks. This is basically textbook for the samurai. And then for VeniVidiVici, we have a white tiger force once again with a red bear, 2 red bears on the left, another red bear going for the forest patch next to the sword dojo. Red bear, white bear on the right. And he seems to be having a lot of calf this time. Yariki, revolver, saber calf. Yariki, revolver, Shogun and guard calf, vanilla, interesting. Yari calf and saber calf. So definitely calf advantage to VeniVidiVici. And unlike in his Saga River match against Killerfish, where he brought 2 marines, this time we see no 150s at all. So much more mobile and aggressive build in that sense from him. Let's see, the general is unchanged from both players. I think VeniVidiVici might or should actually prioritize the sword dojo with how much calf he has. But let's see who's more aggressive who's going more aggressively for the buildings. I think Antagonista wants to take a more careful approach here, seeing all this calf and knowing that he has this range advantage with the Royal Marines. VeniVidiVici going for calf flanking maneuvers on, looks like both flanks. But this is very dangerous. Because there's this downward slope where Antagonista can get a very good and favorable engagement with his calf. There he's trying to sneak along the red line as well. And yeah, Antagonista is just going for it. Downhill charge to Yariki. This revolver calf, no chance to shoot. He's pulling it back, but it's already wavering. And very nice positioning on the flank from Antagonista's revolver. Yeah, they just get 1 volley off and are immediately shattered. And yeah, they're just outnumbered here. Better charges from Antagonista. And the problem is when you take these calf engagements so close to the red line, is they have no chance of coming back. They're immediately gone from the map. So big advantage here in the early game. Lots of calf left over, almost a full strength revolver calf. This was a blunder from VeniVidiVici. And really needed that calf because he doesn't have the marine. Similar situation here. Calf versus calf. This one looks much better for VeniVidiVici. Now he has the flanking revolver, shooting into the side of the Yariki. Here we have the saber calf getting into that red bear. Not terrible, but I think it won't be worth it in the end because the saber calf is going to die. Up close revolver volleys from the calf against the Vermilion Bird Force. Interesting to see. This is a very nicely used ref calf. Only 12 kills and the Vermilion Bird Force is already shattered. Or routing, I should say. So this engagement gave VeniVidiVici the chance to come back into this game after the blunder on the other flank. But yeah, lots of things happening at once. Yariki routing this White Tiger Force. Okay, I mean, if that's worth it, I don't know. But at least it gives them the chance to roll up this flank and kill off the isolated Red Bear. And Antagonista is really having morale problems now on the left. Its entire force on the hill has shattered. This back tortoise is going to fall very soon. And now each player has basically won their flanks quite decisively. So it's all about who has what's left over. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 calf units, all very depleted. I don't think the revolver has that much ammo left. And for Antagonista, we have a revolver calf, Yariki that's going to die, and a full strength saber calf. So slight advantage to VeniVidiVici when it comes to the calf. But I feel like VeniVidiVici is going to struggle against this marine. I think this is a premature attack from the cavalry. There's not a lot of supporting units here. This back tortoise has turned around, very nice. They're going to do lots of damage here. With the general coming closer, the black tortoise might actually also stabilize. And here, if he pays attention, he can get a good volley. Nice. Attack order on the Shogun guard calf. This is huge. This is huge. Even though this unit might get caught now by the White Bear, this was worth it, I think. Here we see a small blunder from Antagonista. His Royal Marines getting baited by, I think, an attack order on a wrong unit. So the Red Bear got a clean volley on it. And still, he can't really properly return fire, so he's going back from the river into the forest. Probably a good decision long term. And now it's just very clean infantry engagements. But so far, I mean, on every flank, I think Antagonista has the better positioning in the forests. But this Shogunate Guard Calf is really a pain in the ass here. Threatening the general. Now he has to turn around the Black Tortoise again. Which was nicely microed. I think, yeah, now finally they are shattered. So he can get them back into the forest, which he's doing now. Nice micro. And now this this line engagement should be very much in favor of Antagonista. This revolver calf running riot on the flanks. They should probably chase this Red Bear so it doesn't come back into the battle. Yeah, he's doing it now. Very good. And I mean, this Black Tortoise has been wavering for quite some time, but in the forest they are very resilient. And it's not the best angle for the White Bear. General from VeniVidiVici chasing the revolver calf, but I think it's too late. I don't think the general unit can affect the game too much anymore. There's still 74 men Royal Marines. Nice usage of this general. Constantly harassing this White Bear. Now the revolver calf going for the general. It's probably out of ammo, but still it's a nuisance. a very interesting game. I mean, both players basically turned around their axis, winning decisively on their right flanks. But in the end, I mean, if you sacrifice all your cavalry that early in the game in a cav versus cav engagement, you don't really, or you lack the tools later on to really deal with the marine units. I mean, his revolver cav did lots of damage, but that revolver he basically needed to kill off the marines. I mean, that's what the revolvers are for. They're basically the counter to elite infantry. They did rout, I think it's this one, did rout a full Vermilion Bird, which was good as well. But still, then it was out of ammo and he didn't have anything against the Royal Marines. I think he regretted taking the Spy Tiger Force on this battle. But otherwise, it's a very, very solid game from Antagonista. Obviously content with his cav combination, playing the same cav contingent 3 games in a row. Yeah, very nice to see some consistency. But yeah, cool game. This makes it 2-1 to Antagonista, who is now on match point for the best of 5. So I hop straight into the next game. Thank you for watching and bye bye. And we're back on game 4, which is played on rice fields, with a sword dojo, a shrine, and looks like a bugged third dojo, which sometimes happens on rice fields. Yeah, going straight over the builds. Let's see if he changed his cav setup. Nope, still the same, 4 games in a row. So 4 Yariki, Saber Cav, Revolver Cav, and unchanged general, so leadership and gun. Then infantry-wise, Antagonista has still the same combination, Black Tortoise, Vermilion Bird, Red Bear on the left flank. In the center, he has a Black Tortoise, a US Marine, a Red Bear, and on the right, a Black Tortoise, 2 Black Tortoise, both with suppression fire, very interesting. I don't know why he's having this cav so far in the back, but maybe we'll see. So for VeniVidiVici, we see probably lots of bear infantry again. So on the left, White Tiger Force once again, a Red Bear, a US Marine, a Red Bear rank 9 extended range, a White Bear, and another Red Bear. Cav-wise, has a Yariki, Saber Cav Yariki, Revolver Cav. So very evenly matched. Cav-wise, very slight advantage possibly to Antagonista when it comes to the cavalry. Which he definitely needs because he's outranged here with 2 150s on the field for VeniVidiVici. And given that these are 2 very important dojos, it makes these increased range units that much more valuable. Looks like Antagonista is going for the old strategy of putting the entire cav force on one flank and trying to brute force an engagement. So the shrine is now being controlled by VeniVidiVici, as is the sword dojo. Antagonista being a bit cautious here, but he might be able to decap the shrine once the engagement starts with his Red Bear here. 1 Yariki he left on this left flank, but the rest of his cav is assembled here on the right, where he has a 2 versus 1 with the infantry. It's only a White Tiger Force, so yeah, he's not even shooting at the infantry, he's going straight for the cav of VeniVidiVici. 8 kills on this revolver, which is quite good. But also we see, I think positionally this is a mistake. Maybe he's trying to correct it now, but This Red Bear 150 being positioned behind the Sword Dojo isn't really able to utilize the Rage and push. Here we see some line 1 versus 1s. And here I think the big engagement starts. Antagonista baiting a little bit with his calf, getting his Black Tortoise into position. But there's not a lot of reaction from VeniVidiVici, this rover calf being horribly mismicroed. And now the engagement actually starts. Sword Dojo in favor of VeniVidiVici, but still, there's so much damage being dealt here by the infantry. This is just, in theory, a mistake from VeniVidiVici to even take this fight. With so much line support, there's just no way for him to win this. Both his Yariki already wavering. On the other flank, there's this 1 versus 1 with the Yarikis, and the infantry fight being won by Antagonista, who I think got the first volleys. Now the Red Bears are finally firing, however in a very dense formation. But yeah, he might be able to at least get some good volleys on this US Marines who are still firing at the Red Bear. But I mean, his entire left flank just evaporated. So positionally, there were lots of mistakes made here by VeniVidiVici, and this is a hopeless situation now. Turned around his US Marines to no avail because these Saber Calf are just dodging him. And now Antagonista's US Marines can open fire. And this is, yeah, just a very decisive win, made possible by this flanking maneuver, where VeniVidiVici doesn't have the infantry to support his calf. And given that I think Antagonista had more infantry as well, this was a very straightforward plan. Didn't even need the Sword Dojo, and in the process of attacking, he actually got full control of the shrine himself. Yeah. So this means that Antagonista wins the match, the best of 5, with a score of 3-1, and he will proceed to round 3, where he will be playing against the winner of Black Fury and Spice Merchant. Let's have a look at these stats. Yeah, nothing surprising to comment on here. These US Marines and the rank 9 Red Bears didn't really get into the game until it was too late. That's really the only thing you can say there. And these Rover Calf were getting fired at by the infantry, didn't get into the game, 1 kill. Yeah, that's just down to some mismicro, which happens sometimes. But yeah, congrats to Antagonista and good luck in round 3. And VeniVidiVici will be moving down into the lower bracket, where he will be playing against, I think, Bushido-kan. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in some future battlecasts from this and other tournaments. Bye-bye.